I feel like we should take a minute and appreciate my Essential Perk water bottle because I got it on my Warner Brothers tour in LA, and this video is kind of about LA. Hey guys, and welcome to today's video. So today I am going to talk you through and give kind of like mini reviews on the 4 books I read when I was on holiday. I was on holiday in LA for 2 weeks over Easter with my dad. We went to the beach quite a bit, so there was a lot of like reading time. As an English lit student, reading is normally a chore for me because I'm having to read, you know, like 18th century novels or whatever, which is like quite heavy reading. So I really enjoyed kind of, you know, picking my own books once with a bit more lighter reading. So I'm just going to take you through what I read on holiday. So before I went to my Tesco's, my big Tesco's near my halls, and I picked up these 2 books. I believe they're on like 2 for 1 or buy one get one half price deal, as Tesco's do. Anyway, I never heard of either of the authors before and just basically read the description and thought that they sounded okay. So the first one I read is this one, which is It's Always the Husband by Michele Campbell. I loved this. It's very like, I don't know how to describe it. It's kind of like, I like to describe anything that's like mysterious as Pretty Little Liars. It's basically Pretty Little Liars for grown-ups. I just thought it was a really, not necessarily unique concept, but it was very, very well laid out, very well written, and there was a lot of like twists and turns. And I know loads of people are always like, oh, you can see like where the plot twist is going to come in a lot of things. Personally, I did not see this plot twist coming. Very similar to The Girl on the Train in how you don't really see the twist coming, or at least I didn't. I know a few people who read The Girl on the Train did see the twist coming, but me personally and like 80% of the people that I've spoken to who read it didn't. This book was exactly the same. It starts off being set in college and then it moves on to adulthood, which I quite liked because being in university at the moment, it meant that half of it was really relatable to me. Really kind of understood where the characters were coming from, and it also set up their adulthood really nicely because you saw how they were as, you know, 18-year-old freshmen going into, well, it's set in America, so college for the first time. I'd highly recommend this one. I personally really enjoyed it. So the second book I picked up was this one, which is, I think you pronounce it Hygge, you know, the cozy concept thingy that's going around a lot at the moment. So Hygge and Kisses, I'm really sorry if I said that wrong, but I believe that's how it's said. It does say somewhere in the book how you say it. Partway through the book, there's a character who is native to that language and it tells you how to say it. Basically, this is a story about a girl, well, a woman really, who's a bit lost. So she goes on holiday to Denmark in winter, and she kind of finds herself in this Hygge concept, which I thought was really cute. It's very light reading, not heavy at all. I think I finished this in like just over 2 sitting downs of reading it. But if you're into very like rom-com-esque, very chick lit, so if you're into quite light things like that, half of it's set in London and half of it is set in Denmark pretty much. But it's really nice. The characters are all really interesting. You definitely feel quite drawn to the main character because she's still quite young. She's in her 20s. She's in a job that she's not really sure about. She's in a relationship she's not really sure about, without saying any more because I don't want to spoil it for you. But I'd, again, really recommend this one if you want some light reading. Then I'd only taken 2 books with me and I'd finished those in the first week. I'm normally quite a slow reader, so I was really proud of myself for finishing those in the first 2 weeks. That meant that I had to go and find a bookshop. And I'm just going to look up the bookshop that I went to now. It was in Santa Monica, really close to the beach. I say really close, it was like a 5-minute walk from Santa Monica Pier. I believe it's called Book Monster, but I'm just going to double check. Highly recommend Santa Monica, really love it there. Yeah, okay, so it's called Book Monster. If you just like, okay, when you get to the top of the pier, cross the road, turn left at the traffic lights, and then there's a street partway, maybe like a 2-minute walk up there, turn right, and it's got like a sushi bar on the corner. Keep going across the road and then it's just past and there's like a coffee shop and it's there. I realise that that is really bad explaining of where something is, but I will put their address and their website if they have one down in the links below. So then if you are in Santa Monica area, if you live there, or if you are going on holiday there and you run out of books, you can go there. Basically it's just a massive bookstore of secondhand books, but they are all separated into genres, so it was quite easy to find stuff. And obviously it meant that books were quite a lot cheaper than if you bought them brand new, which I am always very happy about because books can be quite expensive. So I picked up these two. I went to the YA section, young adult section, because it might be 20, but I still love a good kind of like teen book. So the first one I picked up was 13 Reasons Why. I'd already watched the Netflix series last year and really loved it. I know it's quite controversial, but personally I loved it. I thought it'd be interesting to read the book. The book is completely different in style to the TV show. Like, obviously it's kind of written from Clay's perspective, so as he's listening to the tapes, which I thought was really interesting. Pretty much the same stuff happens in here as in the TV show. Her parents aren't quite as involved as they are in the TV show in the book, which, you know, I thought was a shame. Obviously the book came first. I did like how they involved her parents a bit more, because that was, I don't know, it pulled on your heartstrings a bit more. I would recommend this, but as someone who, like, I'm very emotional. It doesn't take a lot to make me cry in books or TV shows, but this didn't even make me well up, which I don't know if it's because I knew what was coming, because obviously, like, I know the basic plot was like story because I've seen the show, but I don't know, it didn't quite like tug at me the same, because normally like things can make me cry more than once, like if I rewatch a film or something. This didn't, so I would recommend it. I think it's a really important book. The fact that it's bringing to light very important issues, yeah, I don't know, didn't quite tug on my heartstrings as much as I thought it was going to, but it doesn't make it any less good. Definitely a good book. So the final book I picked up was Girl Online by Zoe Sugg. I've really wanted to read Zoe's books quite a while now. I know that when they first came out there was a bit of controversy around the fact that this was co-authored by someone else. But I actually really enjoyed this. It's a very teen girl story, and it's very much like the fan fiction I used to read about One Direction when I was like 13, which I really like because it's like a nice little like throwback. I think it's just a really sweet story. I'm definitely going to pick up the other books in the series as well, because I believe there's 3, because I did really enjoy it and I really liked the characters. Just an all-round good book. Again, this one's really light reading. I finished this in one sitting. I would also really recommend this one. These are the 4 books that I read on holiday. I did actually finish reading before the holiday was up. Kind of. I finished this one on the beach on our last day, which meant I didn't have anything to read on the plane home, but it didn't really matter because it was an overnight flight, so I was trying to sleep anyway. It didn't go very well because I can never sleep on planes, which is just a major issue whenever I go travelling. Just cannot sleep on planes. Later this year I'm going on the longest plane journey I've ever been on, going to Bali, and you like split halfway onto another plane, so like I'm just not looking forward to that plane journey and not being able to sleep on the way home. But anyway, as I said, I'm going on holiday twice in the summer. Yeah, I'm going on holiday twice in the summer, once with my mum and once with a couple of my friends. So please do let me know any like holiday book recommendations that you have in the comments, and I'll reply to you. But yeah, anything kind of like light-hearted, chick-litty, or kind of like mystery type things along the lines of this one if you've read it, or Girl on the Train, yeah, or along the lines of Girl on the Train. I like those kinds of books. I've just realised that I didn't actually say the names of the authors for any of the books apart from the first one, so I'm just going to quickly go through. So it's Always the Husband by Michele Campbell, Hygge and Kisses by Clara Christensen, Girl Online by Zoe Sugg, which I'm sure you all know, and 13 Reasons Why by J. Asher, which again I'm sure you all know as well. I really hope you liked this video and enjoyed hearing me talk about the books that I read on holiday. If you did, please make sure to leave me a comment down below. Please like this video, and most importantly, please subscribe. I also always link my Twitter and Instagram down below as well, so follow me on those too, because I keep a little bit more up to date on those than I do on here. Anyway, I'll see you in my next video. Bye!